You know what? I was gonna cut this out, but that's actually just against the spirit of the whole Let's Play, isn't it? Hey everybody, this is Kuuimpact with Let's Play Zoo Tycoon DS. And, oh no. Plain Zebra 2 is ill. No, please cure him, because that's gonna tank happiness like a crazed maniac. So, the whole thing about, this DS version of, Zoo Tycoon, other than the game just made that noise on its own, is we're gonna do a full zoom out of the zoo we built. Is that if I skip out ahead and scrimp, yeah, the LP will go faster. But then it'll like, what's the proving of my rating? I proved that I kept the rating above 60 the entire time. But notice how the guest happiness is 88 in this. Animal happiness is tanking a bit because plain zebra isn't. But my whole point here, my digression, is that the ergonomics of this zoo specifically seems to be much better than the previous zoo's layout. Which I also found out that wall design here in this DS port might be a double-edged sword. While on the PC, there's this wall decay mechanic where the walls can decay and like your animals can escape and kill you, and you know, you also have animals that escape other types of walls. In this, they still do, but it's just easier to build. Like, don't make rock exhibits with these viewports because viewporting doesn't work on the DS version. The AI goes, oh, I can't see into these solid walls, so I don't like it. They'd rather have like a full open exhibit like Plain Zebra's exhibit is. And you can see we have a guest happiness of 89 here, even though we have a shittier looking setup in the middle. Like, it doesn't need to be too complicated for them. What it needs to be is like, there are 3 cages with 3 different happy animals in a sector right here, trisecting. So the ergonomics of this zoo's design, the way we've chosen to handle it, instead of putting any in the back like where that path was, is actually making the guest happier, which is increasing the rating, which is letting me charge more, which is in turn making me more money. At the end of the day, that is to say, we have a little bit of buffer funds. Let's try to buy some more cards. A clouded leopard. Unfortunately, I think we've gotten all the cards for the beginner set because each zoo tier has a different kind of card. Now, I'm not guaranteeing we're getting 100% of the cards by the end of this because getting some of the cards is like a pain in the ass. All right, one more. We're spending too much money on cards again. I'm getting card sauced. Some of it, I think the card's tied to the animals you have in the zoo. I think. I'm not 100% sure because the guide is unclear. And the guide is also not for this version. All the guides are for the PC version. There actually isn't a guide for the DS port, which, in my opinion, is annoying. Now, this being zoomed out is actually making the game run this slow, which is something it does on the actual hardware, by the way. But it also slows the time down. Cool as the overview shot of the zoo is here, where we can see all the animals at once. It is. What the hell is this zoo back, anyways? Like, look at this. What the fuck was I gonna do? Build some bridge to nowhere? The zoos are also larger on the PC, even though there are larger zoo formats in the freeform on the DS. For some reason, the story zoos are all like small like this. Don't know why. I will turn camera, then we can zoom in. Now, when the zoos are zoomed in like this, and it's fine. Oh yeah, the cursor is like medium speed again because I reset the emulator and I do this in recordings. That's fine. We can watch our zebra and we can watch. Well, there are the only 2 that can breed because we are a zoo. We are a zoo that apparently are not allowed to adopt anything. I thought these are called animal sanctuaries, not zoos. Are not all animal sanctuaries not zoos? Like, aren't certain things not like open to public? So this isn't technically a sanctuary then? It's a zoo, but like, because they're ascertaining profits, but Like, is our profits going towards the animals, or is... How does it work? That's what Ku wants to know. He wants to know how it all works. We got number of benefactors. I want to see our exhibit tier list. Okay, so the grizzly's not doing hot. Wait, what am I saying? Yeah, not doing hot. No donations. Black rhinoceros got donations. The leopard got no like these. It looks like all these have an upkeep, but none of them have popularity. I don't think we're gonna be able to play long enough to get popularity. Boy, I sure think that the rhino is overjoyed. Guests seem to be very happy with your zoo. That's a good thing. I want my zoo rating to not be 64. How the hell do I get more zoo rating? How do I get more zoo rating in this game? And I know what I can do in the back here. I can build some of these. I can build this. That's the restaurant. Animal theater. I don't have a house. I think the house comes from this, which we can refund. We're gonna fund research. Of course we are. We're not making any money in the zoo anyways, because we gotta make our money through donations so the people get unhappy. You can't make the people happy in this game without it being purely an animal aesthetic. They wouldn't let me extend the cage to be through this entranceway so that people would immediately see the rhino, and I would also put some viewports on this side of this cage. I don't think you can combine exhibit, which begs the question: in the next zoo, there's gonna be a bunch of animals in small cages that are like too small for them. From what I remember is from the PC version. Is there a way to? Because the tutorial didn't teach me how to combine exhibits. Am I just gonna need to make new fucking exhibits for them, or are they gonna have it different now? Is it gonna just be different in this port? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at these guys. Look at these guests, these nerds. They're like, oh, pizza, pasta, get an ice cream. Having food variety in this game is not as effective as it is in Roller Coaster Tycoon, which, holy shit, you're going to want to try to varietize your food, put it everywhere. And another game where you're going to want to do that is Sim Theme Park. That's another one of those Tycoon-like games where it's like, yeah, you're going to want to diversify the food for all the people. But it's like, man, alright, Saltwater Croc is like my favorite. He's my favorite. Look at, he's kind of just molding in the water there. He's like, nah, I ain't playing this game. I'm on a compressed Zoo Tycoon. Ugh. Ugh, I want nothing to do with it. At least he has a swimming sprite. Which, why the hell does the polar bear not have a swimming sprite? He kind of just like stood on the water. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Not to mention how glitchy things have been, but I think that's more of an emulation issue than anything. I pulled out my regular card of it, and it seems fine. Ooh, excuse me. I can confirm I do not have all the zoo cards. In fact, I only have 70 something of them in the physical card. I do have all the worlds checkmarked though. I have all the levels beaten. I don't know how long it took me to do that. I really don't. I wasn't even that young when the DS was out. I'm old as hell. Ku is old as sin. The DS came out and I was already on my way into the world. Leading more research. I don't know. I like the bear exhibit. Personally, I think this is my favorite exhibit. And you know how you would make tons of money on the PC version? You would set up these balconies where people would do the viewing, and the tour guides would go specifically to the balconies. And that's how you would get, like, lots and lots of your money, like how you would get your cash. And personally, I don't understand why the hell the balconies. They're here. They just cost money and upkeep, but they don't work. And it confuses me. Oh, look, we can build on these squares now. I'm gonna put some more benches down because, honestly, we're gonna need them. Okay, cool. We've got more benches. We could probably get more trash cans. That's probably a good idea. Oops, that's the wrong way. Although I'm gonna need one on the opposite side facing that way. Okay, cool. Look, the center is complete. People are using the benches. Zoo is looking good. Guess happiness is taking a tank for some reason. But it's not tanking enough to drop our zoo rating below 60, which I'm never gonna understand how the hell to get a zoo rating of 70 in the game. I really don't know. Like, I've never seen it go up high enough. Number of zoo benefactors. So, how does the zoo benefactors work in this DS version as well? That is, we need to get cooking and figure that out. Because if we can't figure out how to get zoo benefactors, then we can't figure out how to make a stable amount of money in this. The nutritional value of the food. Okay, cool, 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 cool. The insect house. I would like to buy that. If I can get that, I'm gonna put it in the back here. We're gonna have an insect house. And that's something that who has wanted his whole life. No. Well, maybe. I don't mind insects. I think the reptile house is a better house exhibit when you have house exhibits like that. If not, like aviaries. We're gonna sell some more of these trees for money. Why do the trees sell for money, though? With positive money gain? While in Roller Coaster Tycoon, it costs money to clear trees, which is actually how real life works? I don't know. I remember there being a really hard rainforest level in Zoo Tycoon 2 where the entire thing is like, oh, you don't have any money, so you're going to have to sell the trees to build your first exhibit to get donors, because in that game you have to build donation boxes so you can make money to build your second exhibit. Like, it's a snowball effect once you get one down, especially if you build something from the rainforest because the environment is already painted that color. So you don't need to spend as much money building an exhibit, and then you could start building more exotic animals because you need to have at least like 3 different environments. And that is kind of how it should work. Yeah, the more environments you had also factored into your zoo's rating in the PC version. Look at that. My zoo rating is tanking. Why is it going down so much? Do I really need to build that restaurant? That's depressing. This thing costs 1,000 smackaroos. I am going to need to sell this tree. I'm probably going to need to fiddle with the... You know what doesn't help? The elevation of this zoo is fucked. I don't know how the hell they did this. It looks a little weird, but you know what? I'll accept it. Oh, we can get our insect house. Nice, nice, nice. All guests, especially children, will enjoy creepy crawly bugs accommodating small sized groups. There's our restaurant. That might or might not help our guest our zoo rating. The last thing I need is the zoo rating plummeting. Staff. We got plenty of guests. One of the problems might be we don't have enough staff hired on hand either, so we're gonna hire some staff. Like, one of the problems you're gonna run into, I'm fairly sure, is literally the staff being needed to clean up areas on the DS that you're not gonna be able to see very well, path wise. Which is insane that that's how this works. Yeah, our guest happiness is tanking. But you know what? We don't need guest happiness to win this zoo. We just need to ascertain a zoo rating above 60. Like, it's weird. We stabilize the animal happiness in the 99, and they still complain and get mad. Not 100% sure why that is. It does seem to be that all the guests are culminating here in the middle and struggling a bit to get done what they need to get done. Like, what are you all doing? No way to pick them up and look. It makes it super hard. And then I have to use the touchscreen. I cannot see. This guest is thirsty, that guest is hungry. Go to the restaurant then. So the table seems to function. This middle one does. Does these ones not because of the way I set this all up? I mean, that's depressing if that's the answer. Okay, so I'm gonna do something that looks unorthodox here. I'm gonna grab this, that, and then we're gonna buy them back, don't worry. There we go. See? Vending machines for all. Okay, the table does function, but I'm thinking that the drink stall maybe doesn't because of its positioning. So the ice cream and the food shop do, but not the drink stall. So the drink machines need to be, like, way more prevalent and available. Besides that, apparently our insect house really only accommodates children's needs, whatever that means. Allow you to purchase an aviary. See, this is what I was talking about. The aviary is like, I love birdhouse. Birdhouse, man. Bird up. Dun, dun. I seen some ibises and stuff. Look at all these rewards that we don't get per level, but we instantly get these ones. I love exhibit design. One of these is for pandas, right? It's like panda reward for breeding pandas. Distill thy heart. You have bred the pandas and made the pandas happy. I need the tech that like is this one. Tour guides will make everyone happy. I don't think we can fit an aviary in there. If we can, I'll build it. If we can't, I'm not gonna attempt to squeeze. You notice that the aviary had a red roof, but over there it doesn't have a red roof? Red roof in. What the hell is that red bar at the top? Oh yeah, we ain't gonna be able to squeeze this in. Oh yeah. Bisects too many things. No, but we can't get the aviary. No. Can you fit it like this way? I could put it towards the back if I raise the land. That's gonna cause issue. No aviary for us this. Wait, what does the aviary do? We should read the aviary's exhibit description text. Adult guests really enjoy the sight of beautiful birds of all types soaring through the aviary, which can accommodate large-sized groups. Tailors towards adult guests, while the other one tailors towards children. Is that even real? Does that even, like... Does it even work that way in this version? That's how I want to learn. That's what I need to know. Just see that for a second. That motherfucker was prancing. Prancer and Dancer and even a bear. You do have a bear. He's over here. I am unsure of what leopard toy the leopard wants. Because when it comes to toys, there's one we didn't get. And I'm pretty sure that it's not the one he wants. Oh, the reptile house is the last house. Of course it is. Fund it. No, I thought I would have more to talk about during a Let's Play like this, because there's gonna be a lot of waiting around for goals to be finished. As well as, like, the zoo done. Zoo done. But apparently, I cannot, for the life of me. $5 only for the bear? Come on. The black rhino and the tiger are making more. Bengal tiger's making a whole killing. I'm surprised that the croc is making 0. Wait, did the zebras have some? 4? What the fuck? People like the zebras? Whose favorite animal is the zebra? Here in the comments section. Actually, in the comments below, why not tell me about your favorite animal? That might be a good thing to do. I guess I can talk about my favorite animal. I like tasirs. I don't know if you know what a tasir is. They're a little bit suicidal because of human intervention. And by that I mean just human tampering. It's a terrible story, but they're a primate. They're not a big primate. They're like little tamarins, kind of close to it, but not exactly. I think they also have like sugar glider elements in them. They're very adorable creatures. I would never want to see them capitalized because they do commit suicide whenever they're like reminded of their captivity. What is another animal that I really enjoy? There are quite a few. Um, we're talking about fish because I own an aquarium, and that doesn't help, right? That I have like subtropical fish, and I do like the occasional colorful subtropical fish. Some river wide ones are pretty good too, but the subtropicals really get me. I'm a big fan of moray eels. They're just seals are sea dogs, but to an extent, an eel is an extension of the sea dog family. They're weirdly kind of, if you hand raise one, they can get real friendly. They're still a hunter. Watch your fingers. Don't lose a finger over this because they will eat one off. But for the most part, they'll let you touch it. Actually, I gotta talk about this because I know I talked about it once before. I am a huge fan of cephalopods, nautiluses, squids, octopi, the whole deal. Crustaceans are okay too, but they're food, not friends. Like if I was raising crabs, I'd be feeding it to other things. If I had a crab tank, I mean, they'd be cool to watch. They wouldn't be big crabs. I mean, if they were big crabs, I'd eat them. I like eating crabs. I'm sorry. Shrimp is my favorite food, and they're kind of in the crab family. Just a little bit, sorta, in the crab family. I know they're probably nowhere near them on the pathological tree, but I'm not a biologist. I'm not here to know those things. But I do appreciate squids and octopi and nautili. Those are some real fun words. And also some real fun animals. They do a good job of cleaning up the ocean in some cases of what they do. Octopi being really smart about it. And the versatility of them. What about more land animals? What other land animals? Well, I like a kookaburra. I've seen kookaburras in real life. How little buggers they are. But I've speaking of aviaries, I've been to an aviary, a bird sanctuary in particular, and they had kookaburras there. They also had a scarlet ibis. I know that ibises, people don't tend to like them in certain parts of the world. Scarlet ibis was from northern Africa, something like that. It was very hard to see, but it was very beautiful. But that guy stayed out of camera range. Was like, nah, I ain't coming out for pictures. Like, take a picture of the more showy birds, the peacock and stuff. Some birds are really big with their personalities. They just come right up to you. They come on in and they're like, "Hi, hit me." Why am I looking at the land bridge while I'm talking about this? I guess we should watch the entrance to the zoo. Probably not the best spot. Look, let's go check in on our friend the bear. I'll stick around on the bear. Bears aren't half bad, but I've seen too many videos of trail cam bears messing with raccoons, and I'm like, do the raccoons really need to be messed with? That's what drives them to the people. But then again, what drives the bears to the people? Bears come in droves to neighborhoods, and so apparently wild boars as well. What are we doing that is attracting all the wild animals into our human peopleville? And you could say, oh, it's the garbage. It's the waste of food that humans do, which might be the actual answer. But my god, the amount of wild animals that keep ending up in like neighborhood areas, it's a little loopy. It's a little crazy. Look at that bear. He's like scratching the ground. He's like, "Urgh." You know, I like the panther a lot. I'll admit, when I saw the black leopard, I was like, well, it's the panther, right? That's still the same thing. Leopard and panther are the same thing. Because I always thought the black panther was just a leopard that had the genes to make it black, because you can still see the spots on it. It's black on black. Like, I'm pretty sure they're the same big cat. And I've seen them in real life too. I've seen them be pretty interesting in captivity. I like orangutans. Actually, I do like orangutans a lot. I've watched a lot of orangutan sanctuary footage online. I've seen a lot of the sad videos that happen to orangutans because, as one of the smartest family of primates, they get bullied the most. Silverback gorillas are one thing, but then there's like bonobos, and bonobos are freaking huge, and bonobos will fuck up orangutan territories as bad as humans do when we like placate and destroy it. We have a problem of them having two types of predation going on and getting driven to hell and back. I believe I have donated to an orangutan sanctuary before during someone else's whole stream for one. Can't recall who was throwing that stream together, but it was a gamer. We were playing games for the monkeys, and we were playing monkey games for the monkeys, unironically, unequivocally. I think we unlocked something that I wanted to look at real fast before the scenario ends because it'll take me away. Oh, there it is. The primate house. All guests, especially children, enjoy the human-like action of the primates on view at the primate house. Hey, we were talking about the primates. And there's the other one, the reptile house. All guests, especially children, getting up close with exotic reptiles in the reptile house. I'm assuming that these do raise happiness because we have a 93 happiness rating in the zoo, but only a 65 zoo rating, which is aggravating because I'm pretty sure we're gonna need like a zoo rating of 70 and 80 in these later levels. I got 17 zoo benefactors. And I haven't gotten any other rewards. I'll buy one more of these. I'll buy one more of these. I'm pretty sure it's only the animals in the zoo. It is only the animals in the zoo. Confirmed. Only the animals in the zoo. I guess if we zoom marketing, it would get more guests, but that wouldn't help the that would skew the average if anything, right? Anything have a good popularity rating? Holy shit, our boy the tiger does. The Bengal tiger has a rating of 1. They still have no donation. Oh, he has one donation of $7. Tiger's making money. Thank God there's a staff assigned button. Guests seem happy with your zoo. Wow, it's almost been 30 minutes and we haven't won the park yet. I'm pretty sure we're near the end. Pretty sure we're near the end. But yeah, who wants to hear about your favorite animal? Congratulations, the blue ribbon of quality animal care. Oh, well, you know what? Thanks for giving me that right at the end. I appreciate it, game. I appreciate you giving us a blue ribbon right at the end. I think there has to be a check, like it's got to be a rollover of the month. Do I have? Yeah, look, there's our blue ribbon. Yep, I still have all our goals check marked. Tick tock, tick tock. Holy shit, we have a guest happiness of 94. These 95. These guests are almost as happy as our animals. Why that other zoo was not built ergonomically? That is what I'm telling you. I think it had something to do with our stupid fucking path setup that it gave us. I don't mean to get so crass about it, but I'm upset because it's like the zoo sets you up clearly to put animal exhibits at the end of those paths. But if you just make a ring and build animals tightly around the ring, then people tend to be way more happy about it. Now I don't know why our zoo rating is so low. I really don't understand how to get our zoo rating any higher. That's actually something we're gonna have to learn as we play. But a little beyond what it is, don't you think? I guess thinking about it, as much as I love the zoo, I've had more fun in aquariums, and I've been to less aquariums than zoos, which is upsetting in my opinion. Well, zoos and animal. I've been to animal sanctuaries, if they count as a zoo. I don't think their primary function is to be a zoo. They don't usually take in guests. I've been on there like for benefactor reasons. Elephantes aren't that bad either, but they're not my favorite. I think if I had to choose between an elephant, a hippo, or a rhino, I'm picking a hippo. Like ill-tempered, water cow. Yeah, that's up my alley, man. They just crush my force. They can destroy anything with both their powerful jaws and their powerful feet. Well, actually, it's fun watching almost a giant myriad of animals eat watermelon because for some reason, and this might be humans' fault. I will admit, this might be the humanity's fault. Animals extremely love watermelons, and original watermelons were like these husks. They're not even like that tasty. They had a little bit of tastiness directly in the center, but the watermelons we grow now are way more juicy, impactful, like sugary. And that sugar is so important to just so many animals in existence, and not to mention the big flowery blooms that happen before the watermelon grows in. That's like a hummingbird's paradise. It's one of the more favorable flowers I've seen that hummingbirds tend to go after. So, through the systems of just regular human engineering and ingenuity, birds of Africa will be adopted in the aviary. Guest happiness will increase. So, I don't have an aviary, but apparently we can power the building up, and that's a thing we can get. I like keeping it on this stats menu because it's like the most important menu in the whole thing. But I guess we can take a loan out, is what this is? This month, last month, 2 months ago. Oh, we can't take any loans out in this. We got $80 in recycling. Private donations, $8,400 in the last 2 months. We got 6,500 in donations last month, but employee wages were 3K. That's insane. Privatized donations, as you say. And I think that's how it works in real life to an extent. Like, yeah, admission is admission, but I do think a lot of donationary stuff happens behind the scenes to keep everything afloat. And some zoos have closed. It is kind of sad, but there are lots of zoos that are not opening. COVID really did a number on this planet. Oh no, YouTube's not going to like me saying that. Well, we all know that years have now passed since that point, and it's gonna stick with us forever. It's just evolutionarily, it's a thing that's upon our planet. Not the first time. You know what? We're probably gonna dig up way worse things that eat COVIDs for breakfast as long as we keep like destroying the planet to look for stuff underground, or bring shit from back from space. Bacteria apparently survives in space. What's to say we don't bring back a bacterial infection that is space syphilis? An otherworldly infection from a different planet. And you're gonna go, well, that's not how it works. If it's from a different planet, it can't obviously infect us. We're never gonna be able to get infected. And we're over a half an hour at 35 minutes. I want to finish the zoo before we go, though. So we're gonna stick around in the zoo until we go. It might go on for quite some time. This is gonna be a long and boring video, I guess. I didn't even know how much long, cause I used the pause method. Time hasn't flowed when I built the initial zoo. So now we have all this zoo design. We have the whole damn thing designed. And by that I mean I filled up everything that I practically can then before it makes the padding stupid. You know. Play as is. I kind of need to get this over with, game. If you wanna finish this zoo up. I've talked enough about all these generic zoos. I gotta wait for the comments section. Although, since I'm doing everything ahead of time, I'll read your comments in the present when the video goes up. Let me say it like that. I know that these go up way ahead of time, and you're gonna be like, what's the point of me commenting if past you talked about this? Present you wasn't gonna give a shit. Well, let me tell you, present me actually cares a lot. I like to read comments when they do come in. I like to see what people's opinions are. I like it's animals, you know. People have to have some kind of opinion for the animals they like. What does this look like from this angle? That's a big baobab tree. Like, I used to be a biology student, sure, and I took a lot of AP biology in high school, as well as AP anatomy and a couple other like biological environmental classes. And I took a lot of lit classes too, but let's just say Ku isn't really a writer, even though he thought he could be. I wanted to be some kind of art major, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna write, I'm gonna find something I'm good at art. And then found out that I'm not really good at any of it. I lack this thing called talent. So I was like, all right, when I go to college, I'm not gonna go to college for art. I'm gonna go to college for biology, which I did, and then the biology department started to crumble. So they were like, all right, biology students, you could stick around at this college or you can transfer your credits to here, here, and here. And I heard those and I said, oh shit, those are miles away. I'm not fucking doing that. I already moved to this state to do this college. And I was like, we're not dropping any names, but there was some problems that ended up arising at campus. And this is the fun fact of the story. So since that happened, I went, well, what can I switch my credits to here? And they were like, well, you can do this, which was like pharmaceutics. And I said, oh, no. It would pay a lot, but it would have been like, oh, look, we won. It would have paid a lot, but it would have been like too much. Too much. And they were like, well, you can go into computer design, because they were changing themselves over to an almost full tech campus. They wanted CIS to be the only fucking thing they wanted to do. Which I ended up switching into a digital art degree. Which may or may not have been a great idea. Let's just say that much. But yeah, well, we finished the level. We're done. That was a fun zoo. Alright, I'm curious about one more thing. This is an intermediate. Oh, God. So it looks like the fences can rot. They're rotting in the picture. We have never seen that happen. This is the revitalized Burkittsville Zoo part, and here's the Inner City Zoo. Saving the Great Cats and Endangered Species Zoo. Now, all of these are going to be intermediate level zoos, and once we beat them, we can get to the 3 advanced zoos. And the very advanced zoos end up happening last. But yeah, our next one is going to be the zoo. It's a bit hell, as you can tell. Part of the problem is those pathings are all fucked, and I'm gonna actually not have the money to spend money on fixing the paths, I assume. And we're gonna need to figure out a way to make this zoo, which is a mess, be a zoo that's not a mess. Which is fun. So I will see you all next time for that. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment. Next time... What happens when a zoo is actually destroyed? It looks like the cages are actually full-size cages, though. They're just broken. I'm not 100% sure, because on the PC, the cages are actually really tiny, and you need to expand the cages to make the animals happy. But we will see that happen next time. We're going to be limited on funds, though. It's going to kill us. So I will see you then.